Is it a plane? No, it's the EMU Flying Squirrels Quidditch team. The official sport of the wizarding world is no form of fiction for the likes of the Eastern Michigan University's Flying Squirrels Quidditch team. The Flying Squirrels have been flying around EMU's campus since 2009. What is Quidditch, you ask? The idea of Quidditch came around in 1997 when writer J.K. Rowling released her first of 7 Harry Potter books. In the books, the object of the game would be for the players to fly around on their broomsticks trying to get the ball, also known as the quaffle, into the other team's goal. One player on the team, known as the Seeker, would fly above the rest and look for the golden snitch. Catching the little gold ball would not only end the game, but give their team 150 points. The game is played similar to J.K. Rowling's version, except the players do not fly. They run with their broomsticks in between their legs. They chase after the quaffle, trying to throw the ball into one of the 3 hula hoops. Because the Flying Squirrels are a co-ed team, they follow strict rules to prevent injuring one another. The players are only able to physically interact with players of their same position. However, the Flying Squirrels are not allowed to punch opponents or throw them to the ground. During a game, if the rules are violated, the player will get a yellow card on a first offense. If they continue to play rough, the player is then issued a red card and sent out of the game. There are 2 teams that have 7 players on each side of the field. The Flying Squirrels have been matched up against U of M, Michigan State, UMass, and Grand Valley. The object of the game is for the 3 chasers to pass the quaffle back and forth to each other, trying to get the ball into one of the 3 hula hoops. Each time a player scores, either in front of or behind the hoops, it gives their team 10 points. The ball that the chaser uses is a partially deflated volleyball. Also, like the original game, the Flying Squirrels have beaters. Beaters are teammates that go around the field trying to hit the other team's players, causing a distraction and hopefully allowing the team to steal the ball and some points. The ball that the beaters are in control of is a dodgeball, referred to as a bludger. Only the beaters are allowed to touch the bludger. If the beaters throw the ball at the opposing team and a player gets hit, the player has to fall off their brooms, run to their goalpost, and touch the goalpost in order to be considered an active player again. The keeper is the goalie of the Quidditch team, and their job is to protect their goalposts at all times. Now you may ask yourself, how does the snitch work? Well, if we think back to the original game, the snitch is a tiny golden ball that flies around the field, and the seeker who catches the golden ball will stop at nothing to grab the snitch, which will end the game and get the team 150 points. Now realistically, it would be impossible for our Flying Squirrels to follow J.K. Rowling's version of the snitch. So what do? They decided that the golden snitch is going to be a golden person.
This is like proper snitching gear as of the World Cup, and you can see the logo also on the pants. It's made by a company called Quick. Now what I do is I take the little snitch ball that I had, it's over in my bag now, but I attach it to this Velcro part right here, and it's actually a lot tougher for the Seekers to grab it than what they had originally, which was just a sock with a tennis ball in the back tucked in shorts.
The snitch is not part of either team. He or she is dressed in all yellow. They have a sock with a golf ball hanging out the back of their pants. The snitch's job is at all costs not to get caught. These players do not have broomsticks to keep between their legs, so they are able to run the entire field with ease. The snitch is also required to run the surrounding areas, whether they have to climb up a tree, jump over people, or run across the street. They avoid the seekers at all costs. The snitch is also exempt from any of the no contact rules that we discussed earlier. They are allowed to tackle, punch, throw to the ground, jump over, and shove any of the players out of their way. Catching a snitch is worth 30 points and it will end the game. But no, just because you catch the snitch doesn't mean you won the game, it just gives your team that 30 points. Competition, community, and creativity is not only the Flying Squirrels mission statement here at EMU, it is the mission statement of the entire Quidditch world. Why creativity? Because Quidditch is based off an action-packed fictional book. The Flying Squirrels find it difficult for people to understand that they are a true team. So whether it's raising money for the team by doing a dine and donate, or thinking of innovative ways to promote their team around campus, the Flying Squirrels always think of creative activities that not only help build team bonding, it shows the EMU community the Flying Squirrels are here to stay. According to the International Quidditch Association, their thought on creativity follows. We are born into a prefabricated world, and innovation along with the courage to share those ideas is essential for inspiring the next generation of leaders. The second word in the three-part motto that our Flying Squirrels strongly promote is community. Not only does the Flying Squirrels make the EMU community a better place, they make Yipsy a better place. And the final word is competition. Not only do the Flying Squirrels hold tryouts for positions and have a regular game season against schools like U of M, Michigan State, UMass, Bowling Green, and Grand Valley, they compete in a yearly World Cup where they go head-to-head with hundreds of colleges and schools all across America. The Flying Squirrels advertise their team whenever possible. They are mentioned at freshman orientation, have recruitment pamphlets, and they have their own table at Fajita Fest where they not only actively try to recruit new members, they're just looking for school-wide support. The season runs from September through April, and like any sport, the Flying Squirrels spend their off-season practicing and conditioning. Typically, the team has 2 home games and about 6 to 8 away games. The team's home field is over at Frog Island Park, located in Yipsy's Depot Town, and away games are mostly held at other Michigan colleges. But what all teams look forward to, closing out the Quidditch semester, is the World Cup. The World Cup is when teams from all around the country, including your EMU Flying Squirrels, get together and play the biggest game of their season. The winner of the World Cup is deemed the best Quidditch team of the year.
Well, this year it was at Randall's Island, and there were 100 teams, 2,000 players, and we played against 4 other teams in our pool. Everything's divided into pools, and then after, you play your pool, and whoever the best 3 teams advance to elimination rounds. After elimination rounds, they go into the divisions.
Quidditch is a member of what we call Geek Row here at EMU. Some other members are Outbreak Eastern, Hooligans, and the Harry Potter Book Club. Quidditch is still a young organization, but they plan on sticking around for years to come. At the start of each school year, the Quidditch finds that their team keeps growing. Students who have grown up reading the Harry Potter books and watching the movies now have a chance to make magic of their own on the Quidditch field. Whether it's becoming a beater, keeper, chaser, earning yourself the honors of the seeker, or taking on the painstaking responsibility of the snitch, there's room for all on the Quidditch field. Quidditch was once thought to be nothing more than a fictional sport in a best-selling novel series. But, because of some clever muggles and lots of paperwork, the game is now available to students all across the world. The future seems bright for the Flying Squirrels, and if prospects stay positive, EMU might have another championship team on their hand. Brooms up!